Good afternoon. We are back. I'm going to send this where I need to send this. We are live.
Clark County, southwestern Madison County.
Yep, I anticipated that.
At 2:29 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Cedarville, moving southeast at 40 miles an hour. Hazard: tornado. Source: radar indicated rotation. Impact: flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Springfield, Cedarville,
Oh,
Jamestown,
shoot.
South Charleston, Jeffersonville, Lisbon, South Solon, Midway, Clifton, Milledgeville, Newport, Interstate 71 at State Route 38.
All right. All right. We get it. Dot, da, 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 da. All right. We have a new tornado warning. This has now been issued just now. I'm going to, um, oh, shoot. No. Refresh. Yeah, we're going to, open studio. No. Stream settings. Yeah, we gotta change this immediately. Edit. There we go. Um, all right, hold on, y'all. Let me get this message out to my Instagram page. Just make sure people who can't watch the live for whatever reason will still be able to have the instructions to be safe during this emergency situation. And then we'll get going. But we do have a tornado warning. Let's keep this on the radar mode for now. Weirdly enough, this is taking a very eerily similar path to the February 28th, 2024 tornado. So all the places that were involved in that one probably should take cover for this one. Is it going to be as bad? No. But again, a tornado is a tornado is a tornado. Let me make sure my mic is on and going. Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, let's just, yeah, there we go. So I am live. There we go. So let's, all right. But a lot of people are now going to be paying attention to me. I already know that, I have a lot of folks in Springfield. We're going to go to the Wilmington radar, but we have a tornado warning. This is going to involve the town of Clifton in Greene County. Yeah, let's go over who is in and who is out. So we got the town of Clifton, you're in. Cedarville, you're in. On the northeast side of Jamestown, you're in. If you're on the southwest side, you're basically good from this. Octa, Milledgeville, Jeffersonville, you are in. Midway, South Solon, you're in. Range, you're in as well. Bloomingburg, South Plymouth, Cunningham, Cunningham, Shady Grove, Pleasant View, Blessing, Brookwater, Range, Midway, already mentioned that. Chrisman, Newport, South Charleston especially. I need everybody in South Charleston in a safe place right now, just for a few minutes. Pitchin, you are in. Again, let me make that 100% clear. Pitchin, you are in. I know some people down there. Give it a few minutes and you'll be able to get out. Just for a few minutes, go ahead and get to the safe place. It's already almost over. So just take a breather. Everything's going to be fine. And the city of Springfield, basically from the fairgrounds and point south. So this is actually going to be south of where the February 28, 2024 tornado went. And I don't even know if this is really it definitely could have been a tornado briefly. It really started getting its act together. I started getting ready to go live back when it was around here in the in southwestern Clark County, but it is now moving to the southeast. Washington Courthouse, you need to be getting ready. Same with Bloomingburg to take cover. Again, if this continues to do what it's doing. This one might actually be one of these isolated supers or semi-isolated supers. Nah, okay, I don't think it is. I think this is still just a line segment. And we're getting a lot of lightning right now. But where do you go if there's in this event? Well, I'll tell you where to go. If you're in a mobile home, you got to be out of there. You're in a car, especially if you are on I-70 between Enon and South Vienna. I need you off of the highway right now. If you are on Ohio Route 72 between Springfield and Bowersville, which is in Greene County, it's a little town, then I need you off the road. Same with Ohio Route 729. Excuse me. If you're on Interstate 71 between Bowersville and Darbydale, actually between Bowersville and no, we're gonna go Darbydale because they extend that polygon. Yeah, if you're there, you gotta get off the road. Same with Highway 35 between Xenia and Washington Courthouse. You also need to be off the road. You cannot be under a bridge or overpass either. Those act like wind tunnels. It kind of on paper sounds like a good idea, but in all reality, it's a terrible idea. Um, where you need to go if you are in a car or mobile home, you need to go to the nearest public building you can get to, site built structure. Maybe it's a relative's house, but if not, a gas station, a restaurant, a fast food place, a post office, that type of thing. Um, and you need to be as low as you can go and as center as you can go. So if you have a basement, go there. If not, if the water table is too high, which a lot of places around here it is, then no big deal, no big deal. Just go as low as you can go, which is going to be the ground level, and go as center as you can go. So it doesn't matter what room it is as long as it is in the center of the house. Just go as central as you can go. And now this tornado threat is very quickly diminishing, I will say that. Now there might be another tornado threat that tries to happen just to the south of Cedarville along Ohio Route 72. So people in Jeffersonville and Milledgeville, you need to keep an eye out. And again, we have had tornadoes today. One likely tornado in Columbus, one likely tornado in Springfield, and one likely tornado in Champaign County. So we've kind of taken a beating already, and I think a lot of people are on edge. Again, stay calm. Everything's going to be just fine. Just go to your safe place and you'll be good. And another thing that you need to have on that will help, especially with the flying debris situation, is a helmet. It could be a bicycle helmet. It could be a motorcycle helmet. It can be a hard hat. It could be a sports helmet. If you don't have that, pots and pans, pillows, that type of thing. And have some hard sole shoes on. I actually had a friend reach out to me. Her house was hit, and I bet there was a debris outside all over the place. So in that situation, you need to have hard sole shoes on, not flip-flops, not sandals. You need to have tennis shoes slash gym shoes slash sneakers, or maybe some cowboy boots or rain boots. Again, closed-toed shoes. These can be your J's, your Vans, your Yeezys, whatever is closed-toed and that you want to wear, go ahead and do that. But having hard sole shoes on and a helmet on is a really good thing to have going for you if you are in a tornado warning polygon. Especially if that tornado ends up touching down and hitting your location, which again, the chances of that are low, but when you're in a tornado warning polygon, it is too high to ignore, which means you need to be in that safe place and you need to be there right now. Again, I'm not trying to scare you, but this is a tornado warning. So let's take it seriously, but let's take it calmly as well. I'm going to see if I can get a good traffic camera view. This tornado warning. There is barely any cameras in this, but there are some. And this is actually a really good view of our storm. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our um, live view mode, our live camera mode. And this is actually a traffic camera. This is along I-71, looking at State Route 435 and US 35, looking in all different directions. And that's why I like these cameras. So you can look in all different directions and you can see what you need to see. But here's the deal with these tornadoes. Again, they're in a squall line. The good news about that is that they're going to be quick. They're going to be weak. They're not going to be strong. They're not going to be that long track. They're not going to be like your Indian Lake March 14th, 2024 tornado. It's just not going to be like that. These are going to be there and gone. It's going to be like playing whack-a-mole for the people warning for them because they're there and gone so fast. Now, the bad news is you're not going to be able to see them because they're in a squall line and therefore covered in rain. A lot of times, even the bad ones you can't see because they're covered in rain, which luckily we're not dealing with that right now. But these ones, you're guaranteed that you're probably not going to see it. Even the one in Columbus earlier today where it flipped over a car, which there was no tornado warning for, and I was covering that. I thought it was just a bow echo. It may have been looking back at the radar, whatever it was. But here's the thing, if it was a tornado, they weren't able to tell what it was. It was so shrouded in rain, they were just driving 1 second and the next second they were flipped over. And I hope that family's okay. I doubt that they're seriously injured. It looked like their car was okay, but if they were, I hope they're doing well at whatever hospital they're at. Make sure to hit your family up, make sure that they know you're good because they're probably panicked right now. Um, this is another camera in our tornado warning right now. But this camera is honestly going to be our best bet at seeing really anything. Uh, yeah, hold on. And what do you know? Another warning has been issued. Probably an update to the tornado warning. Sorry, I got a weather radio in here. Is this tornado?
The Weather Service in Wilmington has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Franklin County, Ohio.
Okay, that's a severe thunderstorm warning. So that is not a tornado warning. Still, look at what we've had today. We've had these quick spin up, there and gone tornadoes. So I would recommend everybody in the severe thunderstorm warning, which we're going to go over here in a second. I just want to see how this looks on this camera, see if we can actually see anything. But I need everybody in that severe thunderstorm warning to go ahead and be in at least indoors and away from windows. Honestly, with the tornado that happened earlier today, the likely tornado in Columbus, if you were indoors and away from windows, you were fine. But yeah, this is the blanket severe thunderstorm warning for this little line. Again, this is kind of the in between segment. This is our second out of 3 rounds. This is not the final round, and I'm going to make that clear in my Instagram once we're done with this part of the coverage. If we get done with this, because maybe, hell yeah, by the time we're done with this, there's going to be another one. Okay, buckle in, y'all. We in weather overdrive. But yeah, we have this. This is where the squall line is moving over the highway. This is going to be your upper right camera. What is going on outside my window? I'm hearing noises. Okay, just a torrential downpour. Sorry, it just got my attention. I'm like, is there some crazy winds? We have more storms of it. Whoa. Okay, so we're going to we're going to have a little bit of a reset here. We're going to go back to the radar mode because I got something interesting to show you. Our tornado threat is starting to disappear. It could come back at any moment, so just be aware of that. I don't. Okay, it's still in effect, so remain in your safe place. This is nowhere near an all clear, by the way. But I'm noticing something interesting. So, which means my storm chasing buddies are probably not picking me up, but that's okay. Um, so notice this here. This is this little thing here towards Middletown, towards Springboro and Jacksonburg, basically across Warren and Butler counties. And if you don't know what I'm talking about this son of a gun right here. Actually, it is huge. It is a lot larger of an area than I first considered. Oh, that's not good. So this is what we call an outflow boundary. This was caused by this storm right here. And that might be another area of rotation, but this has caused this little line here. This is not rain. This is an outflow boundary. So, what I'm afraid could happen, and again, this is a big maybe. This is no guarantee. What if one of these clusters, they're somewhat of an independent storm. You could technically call it a supercell if you really want to. They're starting to bow out though. So maybe see how they're starting to kind of bow out like that. So maybe that might take away our big bad tornado threat. But if we have an isolated storm along here, what can happen a lot of times is storms can latch on and then they can start rotating big time. Actually, we might be seeing it right towards Centerville, around Centerville and Brook or Bellbrook. See this? This is kind of like an inflow area and it's kind of starting to dive down. So if we get something to get down in here, there's a lot of wind shear as this is an outflow boundary. All the unstable air is here. All of our stable air or more stable air is still not very stable. We have storms currently up here. So I'm a little bit concerned right now. Just a bit. We're going to, again, it's just something we have to keep an eye on and we'll be fine. But yeah, we can go ahead and look back at our camera. Still moving in. But yeah, that's just something that I noticed. Okay, I think I know where a potential new area of rotation is. So we're actually going to go ahead and go right back to our radar mode. So we're having a bit of a bow segment, which is just winds being pushed. So right here, this is the winds being pushed. That's going to basically make air go into here, and where these two arrows would intersect, basically, let's make this even more understandable. Right there, we could be having potential problems right there. So basically, right along Ohio Route 41. Again, no guarantee of anything, but that's something that we need to watch. And it can happen very fast. So let's just, again, if we still got a tornado warning polygon, so we have no excuse to not be in a safe place right now. So just stay in a safe place, and I'm saying that you need to stay there until National Weather Service Wilmington lets this go. And even past that, you need to just be inside, y'all. Again, tornadoes have just been dropping out of the sky like daggone raindrops. So let's just be safe about it, and let's just be indoors and away from windows, even if we're in a severe thunderstorm warning, because again, these things have just been going popping up so fast, which I get why they didn't issue warnings for them. I do understand that because you don't want to overissue, but if you don't issue every tiny rotation, eventually you're going to miss a tornado because some of them are just tiny rotations. So but most of those tiny rotations don't do anything. So that's kind of why you have these situations. And different National Weather Service offices have different kind of ways for issuing them. Some of them are more, let's issue it for all of them. Some of them like to blanket a whole line in a tornado warning. But some of them they're not as hesitant because see, a lot of times these tornadoes, if you're indoors and away from windows, you're going to be fine. They're low end tornadoes. But enough with my blabbering. We have more important things to talk about, such as what on earth this boundary is about to do with this line, which maybe not much. It's just something we have to watch. Okay, so something I'm noticing here along Ohio Route 41 to the south of South Charleston, basically between South Solon and South Charleston, a lot of concentrated lightning. Sorry, sinuses are hitting me. But a lot of concentrated lightning, which means there's something unstable's happening. There's something happening here. And we will see what that is very shortly when the next radar scan. Actually, hold on. We may not have to wait that long. Uh-huh. Right here. Yeah, it's starting to come together. Again, I don't know if it's about to produce a tornado necessarily, but it's better to be safe than sorry, as you do have a tornado warning in effect. So you should already be in that safe place, but just in case you're not yet, then yeah, you get the point. Looking at this little area near West College Corner, that doesn't really look tornadic. Still worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, we're going to need to really keep an eye on this area between South Solon and South Charleston. I think we might get a quick spin up there soon. Man, it is coming down where I'm at. This might be the final round. I'm not sure though. Yeah, this is probably it. But yeah, we do need to watch this area between South Charleston and South Solon. basically along Ohio Route 41, anywhere near Midway Road, Harold Road, Columbus Xenia Road, and basically anybody just to the south of London. This is something you need to be in your safe place for. What is happening? Why is my lights keep almost going out? But there's not much lightning. There is like not much lightning immediately close to me, but i- interesting. Okay. Yeah, Newport, Ohio. Tiny town. That's going to be the closest to a direct hit from potential rotation out of all these areas. So we need again, stay in your safe place as low as you can go, as center as you can, as central as you can go. Um, Helmets, hard sole shoes, and you'll be fine. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this severe thunderstorm warning. It's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Again, it's been 60 down the board. I mean, with our watch, with what was expected up to potentially 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts, I think we're pretty lucky today with that. Now, on the tornado aspect, where we have been very unlucky, because not only have we had numerous tornadoes today, a full-blown outbreak, we have also, they've also been very hard to spot on the radar. Nearly impossible, to be totally honest. Okay, so our tornado warning, I believe, has now expired. Tornado threat diminished, but we still have a severe thunderstorm warning. Remember how quickly these things can ramp up. All right, remember what happened in Springfield. Remember what happened in Columbus. Remember what happened in Champaign County. Not saying this to scare anybody, but just have it. I just need you to have it in your mind that, maybe it's a good idea just to stay inside and away from windows. But that's just a thought. And we are actually not going off the air because we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, but this one is actually a little bit more high end than your usual one, not by too much. So this is actually warning for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And this is a very large area involved. So the entirety of Franklin County, Indiana is in this. Ignore the red polygon. Again, that is expired. We might actually have a potential spin up right here to the north of. Yes, we might actually have a potential spin up just to the north of Brookville, Indiana. Let's see. It's hard to tell on the terminal radar. This is kind of sort of in a radar gap. Not as bad as like Athens, but it's definitely in a radar gap. So it's going to be rather hard to tell. But again, if you're in this warning, you want to go ahead and just be in that safe place. Um, if not that, at least just indoors and away from windows. But the entirety of Franklin County, Indiana, most of Dearborn, basically, if you're north of Lawrenceburg and north of Dillsboro in Dearborn County, you're in. If you are other than general, well, nah, you just about all of Ripley County. You're in this, so let's just be real. Let's have everybody in Ripley County indoors. Again, you're eventually going to be under a severe thunderstorm warning due to the western part of this line. So if you're not already in that, you're gonna be. So let's just consider all of Ripley County. Um, the southeastern part of Fayette County, Indiana. Again, not to be confused with Fayette County, Ohio. Although you are dealing with your own problems right now. Another severe thunderstorm warning, and just about the majority of of Union County in Indiana. Again, not to be confused with Union County, Ohio. Union County, Ohio, you are in no danger of anything right now. So consider yourselves lucky. Looks like our potential rotation kind of diminished. Again, these are going to be real fast. And that is definitely something worth noting. But the communities that are not involved with this in Union County is 5 Points and Kitchell. I'm looking for Bath and New Bath. Oh, that okay, wrong county. That's Franklin County. My bad. But speaking of Bath, that again, you're in this. This might be an area of potential rotation. Let's see. Does it look? Ooh, yeah. That might be side lobe contamination, or basically just contamination of the radar that makes it look like it's rotating when it's not really rotating like that. But in a storm setup like this, it could be, you could have both of these, you know? And a lot of times these rotations will pop up so fast, you know? So I don't want to catch anybody off guard. But again, I'm trying to see what this outflow boundary does. But yeah, this goes all the way to the Cincinnati Metro. Okay, so yeah, let's re-go over who is in because I don't think I did that very well. So just about all of Dearborn County, if you're north of Dillsboro and Aurora and Lawrenceburg, even the north side of Lawrenceburg towards Greendale, you're in. And again, you need to be indoors and away from windows right now. In this situation, you need to be out of mobile homes too. If you have to go to a neighbor's house down the street, if you have to go to a convenience store, that's fine. Better than a mobile. The entirety of Franklin County, Indiana, just about and soon probably to be the entirety of Ripley County, Indiana. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that Brookville storm. Something suspicious is happening. Um, Again, not to be confused with Brookville, Ohio. You're just now in the all clear. We also have a new severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts just to the south of there involving western or central to southern Preble County, southern or central to southern Montgomery County, northern northeastern Butler County, and northwestern Warren County. But again, in Ohio, the 70-mile-per-hour wind gust severe thunderstorm warning includes the most of Butler County, really the entirety of Butler County needs to just be taking this seriously because you will eventually be in a tornado or severe thunderstorm warning, not tornado warning, if you haven't, if you ain't already under one. Um, Harrison, you're also in this. The western part of Hamilton County is in this. Really, the entirety of the Cincinnati metro needs to be in a safe place, at least indoors and away from windows, as we have this significant setup or significant wind bag coming towards you. Maybe some rotation mixed in. We have to wait and see. Hold on. Um, that's not good. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm reading something right now. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm seeing potential multiple spots of maybe some rotation trying to happen. We have one over here, but that might be side lobe contamination. But I'm more noticing it on here. So, and this is the reflectivity mode, the regular rain mode. So we're dealing with inflow coming in right here. This is towards Oldenburg, Batesville, Morris, Pentown. See what I'm saying? Could be dealing with rotation right there. Now, when it comes to roads, I mean, literally from Shelbyville, Indiana, all the way to Cincinnati along I-74, you basically just need to be off of the highway. Just right now, it's not safe to be there. 275 in the whole Cincy area, we may as well just not be on there right now because if you're not in the severe thunderstorm warning, you're going to be eventually. If you're on 421, um, what's that? 421, does that go? I don't know if it 421 stops being 420. Okay. So from Greensburg all the way down to um we're going to go all the way and say Madison because that's the nearest city that you can actually go. It's kind of going into out in the boonies. Then you need to be off of the road. If you again, and if you're in Franklin County at all, you need to stay off the road. We have dangerous thunderstorms moving through, maybe some rotation, and we talk about that. Talk about that. We have a new tornado warning. This has been issued, so we are now in. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Potential rotation is near. Oh yeah, I need to go ahead and send the Instagram the notification. Oh, these are plow cameras. Interesting. And I think we're reloading this. All right. I think we need to go ahead and get. Is that it? No. I wonder what that is. Okay. Sorry, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. I'm looking at traffic cameras in Indiana. But let's first go over who is in and who is out of the tornado warning. So, Again, the worst of it has just passed Batesville. Basically, St. Leon is in the worst of it. So we actually have live video of this, which is really cool. Okay, let's actually go to our live view right now. This is towards St. Leon. This is the part of the storm that's rotating. I'm going to have this playing as I list locations that need to be in the safe place. There's another potential area of rotation just to the south of Oxford, so that's something to keep in mind. But for this tornado warning, anybody to the just to the immediate south of Brookville in Indiana, you need to be in your safe place. South of Mount Haven, we're going to go ahead and say Cedar Grove is in, Oak Tree Crossroads is in, Clemens Corner, Young's Corner, St. Peter, Oak Forest, St. Mary's, Southgate, and that is all the places in Franklin County, Indiana, that need to be in a safe place right now. Going over to Ripley County, Sunman, you need to be in a safe place. I know you just took a hit from a tornado not too long ago. Again, a low end tornado, but a tornado's a tornado's a tornado. And in Ripley County, West Harrison, Gulliford, Greendale, Lawrenceburg, Aurora, Wilmington, again, not to be confused with Wilmington, Ohio, and Clinton County. This is Wilmington, Indiana, um, and my mind just did a stupid. Um, and, and Dearborn County, Dearborn. Sparta, you need to be in your safe place. Manchester, Gulliford, I already mentioned you. Morris Hill, you're just outside of it, but be safe. In Hamilton County, Harrison, you're in. Go to your safe place. Again, you've dealt with a tornado June 2nd, 1990. You know tornadoes very well. Now, this one's not going to be nearly as bad, but you still need to be in a safe place. So, Harrison, New Haven, Blue Jay, Gearinger, Hooven, Elizabethtown, Cleves, North Bend, including Shawnee Lookout, Miami Heights, Addiston, Miami Town, Dent. Those are all the communities. Oh, also New Haven. We also have a new rotation that is popping up very in Butler County to the south of Oxford that I'm going to show here in a second. We're going to go to our other camera over. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and just go to radar real quick. So I need everybody on I-74. Again, the same places I mentioned for a severe thunderstorm warning. You need to be off the roads. But especially if you're in this tornado warning polygon. Again, if you are on I-74 between Batesville and Cincinnati, you need to be off of the road for your safety. Okay? If you are on State Route 48, between where you turn on North State Highway 129 to get to Delaware, from that point all the way to where you get 275. And if you're in 275 at all, you need to just be off of there because either way, you're going to be dealing with severe weather. So, again, that's the counties involved. Actually, we have. I I'm a terrible person. I didn't realize that Boone County was in this. I think that's Boone County. Yeah, I'm really worried. We're gonna go over that here real quick. Yeah, we have a new tornado warning, so this has just been issued. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this radio off.
Eastern Butler County, Warren County.
Okay, good enough. So we have a new tornado warning, and this is going to include first thing, Dominic's a lucky son of a gun if you're watching this. This is a supercell, so this one is actually a lot more serious. So I need everybody, and it's along this boundary. So I need everybody that I mention. You have to be in your safe place, and you have to be there right now. Okay, let's actually see what this looks like on the wind mode. Okay, that's not terrible, but I have a bad feeling about this. So let me find a camera, and then I'm going to go over all the places that are involved. I'm very worried about this actually because this is on a boundary. This got potential. You actually, I don't want to bring this up, but it's got that supercell shape, and with that, we could possibly see an upper end tornado. Very, very, very brief corridor for it, but it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. There's no cameras. Literally no cameras. Oh, wait, never mind. There's definitely cameras. Um, okay. So here's the deal. Millville, you need to be in your safe place right now. St. Charles, Bunker Hill, Macedonia. Hold on. We're sending out or I'm sending out the notification to my Instagram. There we go. Okay. So we now have okay, so let's go over the places who are in and let's go over who's in and who's out. So St. Charles, you're in. Newkirk, you're just about in, so be in your safe place. Millville, you're in. Hamilton, if you're on the far south side, go ahead and go to your safe place. Fairfield, you're in. Ross, you're in. Shandon, you're in. Okeana, Macedonia, Alert, you're in. And then going into oh, okay, this is getting nasty. But going into Dad burn it, going into Hamilton County. Harrison, you're basically in two tornado warnings right now. Miami Whitewater Forest, New Haven, Blue Jay, um, Gearinger, Miami Town, Cleves, North Bend, Miami Heights, Hooven, Addiston, downtown Cincinnati, the entire city of Cincinnati. You need to be in your safe place. You need to be there right now. And when this gets closer to downtown, I will get a camera view up and we'll see this real well. Norwood, Madeira, Blue Ash, Montgomery, Deer Park, Silverton, Kenwood, Reading, Lincoln Heights, Wyoming, Gulf Manor, the Daniel Drake Center, St. Bernard, Elmwood Place, Xavier University, the University of Cincinnati, Evandale, Sharonville, Springdale, Forest Park, Winton Woods, New Burlington, Mount Healthy, North College Hill, Mercy Health, West Hospital, Bradford, Felter, Tanglewood Preserve, Mount Airy Forest, Spring Grove Cemetery, Cheviot, Barnesburg, White Oak Meadows, Dry Ridge, New Baltimore, Fort Scott, Dunlap, Fort or Pleasant Run Farm, Fernald, in New Haven. If you are on, oh goodness, this is about to get really ugly here. If you are on the Circle Freeway, Northwest Expressway, Mill Creek Expressway, any highways in the Cincinnati metro, we're just going to do that at this point. You need to be off of the highway right now. Okay, so we're going to go back to radar mode immediately because we have a nasty son of a gun starting to. I mean, this thing's starting to get nasty. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but look at this. This is not something you ever want to see. And this is heading towards a very populated area. This is heading directly towards Ross. I'm going to go directly into, yeah, where's Open Studio real quick. I'm going to change the title here because I think it's a good idea to go ahead and mention Cincinnati. That's going to have a lot of people doing the right thing, checking the stream, making sure we're good. There we go. All right, so now we have a new tornado warning. Again, this is the Cincinnati Metro. A lot of people might join us here. I put some hashtags on this to maybe give it a little bit of a boost. We want, if you know anybody um, involved, send them the stream or at least tell them to take cover or send them any stream that's showing the severe weather. Our rotation is heading directly towards Ross. It's along Ohio Route 126, heading towards New Baltimore. And let's make sure that that actually uploaded. Okay, we're good. Now, looking at the wind mode, it's not that bad. So we may have dodged a bullet, but my goodness, we have to be careful with this as it is on an outflow boundary. Again, this is over Shandon right now near Lehigh. This is basically over the Farold Preserve. And let's go ahead. We absolutely need to be checking this radar. So, okay, this is the Cincinnati terminal. Ooh, that's nasty, y'all. That's not good. We don't want to see that. Let's look at all the different tilts. Yeah, we have low level strong rotation. Again, is this on the ground? Couldn't tell you. There's a good chance. We're gonna go back to the Wilmington radar. Soon we're just gonna go ahead and get some cameras on this because I think that's going to do way more justice. But yeah, this is something we need to. Okay, so this rotation's dying, but I think there's a good chance we're going to have a new rotation on the back end of this. Okay, they've updated this. Millville, you're out now. You're not in this anymore. So Millville, you're good. All clear. But again, this is moving directly into the Cincinnati Metro. And I need everybody in the Cincinnati Metro, or at least in the city of Cincinnati, Montgomery, College Hill, etc., Fairfield, as far north and as far south as along the Daggone River, you need to be in your safe place. Now, where is that safe place? Now, there's not too many mobile homes around here, but if you're in a mobile home and if you are driving on any of these highways, you have to get to the nearest exit and go to the nearest public building that you can access right now. No ifs, ands, or buts. You have to do it. Again, I'm not trying to be mean, but you have to do it. And once you're in said sturdy structure, and a lot of homes are sturdy in Cincinnati, you got row houses down there. I mean, it's like the Northeast almost. And then all of a sudden it goes to Appalachia. But go as low as you can go. So if that's a basement, you go there. If not, that's okay. You go to the lowest floor you can get to, and you go as center. You go as central as you can. Trying to get a good reading of where this camera is. Yeah, it's about to get ugly again. Hate to say that, y'all, but is what it is. We get tornadoes around here. This is just part of living here. Hate to say it like that, but to be totally honest, it is just part of living here. So Ross, where's Ross? Right here. Ross is actually Fairfield. Yeah, right here. That this is literally the best we're gonna be getting. Um, that's looking due north. We want to look more west. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go over to our camera view. Look at the bottom right camera. Oh, shoot. Look at this. Okay, we're gonna keep your eye on that. We might actually have something right there. We have a new tornado warning, in which we're gonna go over here shortly, but we need to keep our eye on this just for a minute, and then we'll be fine. Um, yeah, we might. I can't tell if that's just rain or if that might be a tornado or a wall cloud. Again, when you have these squall line. Now, this is more of a supercell shape, which is the isolated storms that can produce more significant stuff. But they're hard to see. It's so close to a squall line, and most of our tornadoes around here, anyways, are covered in rain. They're shrouded in rain. You just ain't gonna see it. But you can see the rain shaft that they're coming from. But while we look at this camera, I'm going to go over this next tornado warning that we have. This is an extension. Actually, first thing I'm going to resend out the stream. Okay, that's not working. But yeah, look at the bottom right screen. That's what we need to be paying attention to. So I'm seeing like a lowering for sure. But when it comes to a tornado, rather it's there or it's not, I have a feeling we're not going to be able to see it. By feeling, I mean an almost complete certainty that we are not going to be able to see it, sadly. I know it's helpful when we do, gives people that oomph, like that, okay, this is the real deal. But right now, you're just going to have to trust my word. And I know it's hard to trust people, but I promise you, I'm looking out for you. All right. So we're going to go over our other tornado warning here. So, if it wants to load. So this is going to involve parts of Dearborn County, Ohio County, which is in Indiana. I know, ironic, right? Um, Switzerland County, parts of Switzerland County. Again, these are Indiana counties, and parts of Kenton County, Campbell County, Boone County, and Gallatin County in Kentucky. So now we're dealing with Kentucky, y'all. And we're going to go over who is in and who is out. Now, first things first, Lawrenceburg, Greendale, you need to be in your safe place right now. Aurora, Petersburg, Wilmington. Petersburg is in Kentucky, by the way. But Wilmington, you need to be in your safe place. Mount Sinai, Wright's Corner, Kirsch's Corner, Gulliford, Greendale, Lawrenceburg. Already went over that. In Ohio County, Rising Sun, in Hartford, as well as Pate and Cofield Center. In Switzerland County, Quiris Grove, Patriot, Mexico. In Gallatin County, Warsaw, I've been there before. Napoleon, and Ryle. In Boone County, Verona, Walton, Beaver Lick, Hume, Big Bone, Hamilton, Huey's Corner, Union, Hopeful Heights, Florence, Richwood, Limaberg, Burlington, Bulletsville, Hebron, Commissary Corner, Bellevue, Mickville, Waterloo, Petersburg, and Idlewild. Again, if you're on the highway in any of these areas, again, I don't really have time to go over the highways, but if you're in a tornado warning and you're on the highway, your behind better be off that highway. Um, and if you're in Kenton County, most of Kenton County, Independence, Taylor Mill, Erlanger, Edgewood, Lakeside Park, near St. Elizabeth, um, Crescent Springs, Villa Hills, Nicholson, Bank Lick, Atwood, Ryland Heights, Lamb, Visalia, Latonia Lakes, and for y'all in, okay, and they extended the other tornado warning, actually a whole new tornado warning. So now the entirety of Kenton and Campbell County is in this, and parts of Claremont County in Ohio is in this. So New Richmond, you're now in this. Nicholsville, Coldstream in Hamilton County, Fairfax, Marymount, Plainville, Newtown. And for more information, just go to my Instagram and a notification should be out there soon with all the locations. We're going to go back to our radar mode real quick. That's not the radar mode. So let's go to the wind mode. Again, this Cincinnati storm's got me the most concerned. Now let's see. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so you're hearing that siren sound. This is from Aaron Preslin. I hope you don't mind too much us using the footage here, but I think it is essential that we have it up. We're going to go to our live view. Again, this is a camera from Aaron Preslin. So we're going to give credit where it's due. But this is... So what you're hearing right now is you're hearing outdoor warning sirens. So in case you're wondering, but... This is a pretty gnarly shelf cloud, I will say that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. There we go. This will provide a better view of what's really going on here. There's a literal plane flying in this, y'all. Can't make this up. But yeah, this is a live view from Cincinnati. You can see this line coming in. But remember, there are rotations within the line. Looking at this other view of the Cincinnati skyline right here. Yeah, we got to keep an eye right here. Yeah, this is looking directly into this, by the way. So if there's a tornado, we're going to see it here. Let me... There we go. Oh, wait a minute. That's not good. So you can actually see the lowering right now. If you look towards the left side of the screen, you can see this thing. It's clearly spinning. And I don't like what I'm seeing here. I really don't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume down on this, because that's probably very loud. But I guess it's good that we have outdoor warning sirens sounding. They're not always very dependable, but right now they're working well. But again, we have this tornado warning. Looking at our radar, it's moving in. My goodness. As of now, the rotation is basically over Price Hill in Cincinnati, the Price Hill neighborhood on the west side. Just to the immediate west of I-75. So again, if you're in the area, take cover. Go as low as you can go, as center as you can go. Put a helmet on and put some hard sole shoes on, y'all. Sorry if the footage cut out for a second. But we have, again, let's make sure that he's cool with it. Oh well. He hasn't said yes or no. I hope so. Just know I'm only doing this for good. I'm not trying to take your content or anything. This is not mine. This is not my camera. Yeah, we definitely got rotation. If I were you, I would point the camera a little bit more to the right. Please. That's where the worst of the rotation is. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and... So again, everybody in Cincinnati, you need to be in your safe place. You need to be there right now. As low as you can go, as center as you can go, out of cars, out of mobile homes. If you have a basement, you go there. If not, lowest level, you go as center as you can go. Go to the middle. You'll be okay. Just wait this thing out. It's essentially almost over. Now we're going to go back to the radar mode briefly as the video, actually, yeah, this video's, believe it or not, it's buffering, so, and honestly, if somebody's holding that camera, they probably want to just go ahead and go inside. We have another view of this, though, don't worry. This is the Earth Cam in Cincinnati right now. We have debris in the air. Look at that. We have debris in the air. Or is that birds? That might just be birds. I think it is birds. What are y'all no, it's debris. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. We might have a tornado down. Yeah, so right now it's either just really strong winds or a potential tornado is hitting very near, if not on top of the sky camera. Oh my dear goodness. Everybody in downtown Cincy, please be in your safe place. Again, tornado likely ongoing in downtown Cincy. Tornado likely ongoing in downtown Cincy right now. Tor- Again, I need as many people on this stream as possible. We got to get this info out. Yeah, but as you can see, that this is it might just be the straight line winds, but we have debris. It don't matter. See, here's the thing. If you got debris like this, does it matter if it's from straight line winds or a tornado or not really? Let's be real. Not really. But you got to be in your safe place. Absolutely. We're gonna go back to sorry, the camera just shut off. Yeah, that is sticks and leaves and all kinds of things just in the air right there. That's incredible. But yeah, again, tornado warning for Cincinnati, and looks like somebody's gutters is just about had enough. Again, our rotation has now crossed the Ohio River. It is over Fort Mitchell right now, basically near the Frisch's, near the Days Inn, near Battery Bates, or yeah, Battery Bates, along Sleepy Hollow Road. That general area. We're going to go back to the radar real quick while I get another camera loaded. All right, we're going to go again, Fort Mitchell, which is, yeah, Fort Mitchell. My goodness, this is right near the St. Elizabeth Hospital right now. So please, 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 if you're near there, go to your safe place. Again, there's a good chance we have an actual tornado ongoing. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that just to spook people out. This is a real deal. This is potential tornado we're dealing with here, y'all. So let's be in our safe place, and we'll be fine. Looking at our live view, this is more of a snapshot of it more than anything. This is around where that rotation is. Again, it's going to be completely covered in rain. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see debris. I don't really know where that camera was, so it could have been straight line winds, but we still do have rotation. But to show you where I'm talking about, we need to look at this other storm as well here in a minute. But right here. So right now it is near Kentonvale and Fort Wright heading towards Latonia along Madison Pike Road or Drive or Madison Pike, just Madison Pike. So Fort Wright, it's right near there, which means we need to go ahead and get Fort Mitchell, Fort Wright. There's not much cameras when it comes to this. This camera might help us though. Yeah, so this is the latest very near where that rotation is. You can actually see what might be a lowering on the left side of the screen right now. Again, these tornadoes are going to be rain wrapped. You're not going to be able to see them very well. I have to make that 100% clear. But again, this is going to be very near Latonia, Kenton Vale, Fort Wright, along 275. Anybody on 275, no matter where you're at, it is not safe to be there. You need to be out of there right now. Wonder where that camera's located. We're going to find out where that camera was located, but we got to stick with present right now. Now, looking more into this, this is potentially what we're looking at here. So I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. Um, but right here, that's that lowering, and this is how low they go. I mean, they're not high base things. Here's an updated snapshot. Now it's just rain that you can see, and just again, like basically all of our tornadoes around here are. This is how they look. They don't look like Oklahoma tornadoes. They look like rainy, blobby messes until you see the debris. Then you realize, oh shoot, I need to get to my safe place. Now we're gonna go back to the radar mode while I figure something out here. But here's the thing. This thing is showing up very well on radar, believe it or not. Now, I want to make it 100% clear. Places like North College Hill, basically the north side of Cincy, you're essentially good at this point. Something that's concerning me, though, is that this thing's getting stronger. That is becoming obvious. Right towards Taylor Mill. All right? Where is that? City View Tavern is where that camera that we were looking at was located. So that was not where the rotation was. So we could have just been dealing with straight line winds there, or it could have been debris just carried over. But again, we need to treat it seriously either ways. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a camera of this. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting that sucks. but we had our view. But now we're gonna go to our radar mode. This is scaring me. Not scaring me, but concerning me. That's a. Oh, we have a new tornado warning. Oh my goodness, I almost missed it. I think it was just issued though. So this is going to be for parts of Claremont, Brown, and Highland counties. So again, we have a new tornado warning, which we're gonna need to go over this here briefly before we get back to this one. Let's check something real quick. I have a funny feeling we might have some lofted debris, not very high lofted debris. So we're going to go over who is in and who is out of this warning. Just to give you a better view of the polygon here. So if you know where you are on a map, you're going to be able to see this fine. This is on the boundary too, so we might see something interesting happening. So just a heads up, nothing to be too scared of, but in Claremont County, Batavia, you're in. Go to your safe place. Batavia, Owensville, Craver, Belfast, Pringle Corners, Monterey, Modest, Newtonsville, Edenton, Moores Fork, Laredo, Marathon, Veracruz, Fayetteville, Indian Creek Wildlife Area, Chasetown, Upper 5 Mile, Centerville, Greenbush, Crosstown, Stringtown, Kirbyville, and this is going into Brown County, by the way. Eastwood, Mount Orab, Bardstown, or Bardwell, not Bardstown, Locust Ridge, Neels Corner, White Oak Valley, anybody to the north of Hammersville, Wallsburg, West Arnheim, New Hope, White Oak Valley, Brownstown, Arnhem, Sardinia, White Oak, and in Highland County, New Market, Murraystown, East Danville, Taylorsville, Gath, Buford, Hollowtown, Harwood, Princetown, Dodsonville, and Allensburg, you're out. Lynchburg, you're out. Hillsboro, like no threat to Hillsboro. Now, let's go back to the Wilmington radar real quick. Yeah, that's concerning. This thing's starting to really get its act together. Yeah, so again, that's our new tornado warning. If you are driving along Ohio Route 32 between Batavia and Winchester, not Winchester, Indiana, Winchester, Ohio, then you need to be off there now. From Highway 68 between St. Martin all the way down to Georgetown, you need to be off of there, and you need to be off there right now. And also, Highway 62 between Russellville and Hillsboro, you need to be off of there. And what do you know? We have an even newer tornado warning. Let's also, I'm gonna make sure somebody I know is in a safe place. We also have numerous photos coming in of this. All right, that burn it. Okay, so we have yet another new tornado warning because weather don't want to give us a break. Again, remember these are going to be your quick, there and gone spin up tornadoes. These aren't going to be your big bad tornadoes. Feel like it's a good time to remind people of that. And I think our tornado warning that went through potential tornado that went through Taylor Mill, near downtown Cincinnati, like that whole thing. I think that's starting to dissipate. Though we do have a new tornado warning issued. We have two brand new tornado warnings. It's the gift that keeps on giving, y'all. Oh my goodness, hold on. I might need to take a breather here in a minute. Nah, I can't do that right now. Too much going on. So, oh man, yeah, this is they're blanketing tornado warnings so that it's the straight line winds, or not straight line winds, it's the line of storms that has spots of rotation. And basically what they're doing is they are blanketing this thing because these things are just happening so fast, these spin up tornadoes. All right, so again, two new tornado warnings. We have um give me a second, I gotta breathe. So this is going to be for parts of Kenton, Boone, Grant, Pendleton, and Gallatin counties for the first one for our westernmost tornado warning, and for our middle of the road tornado warning, not the easternmost in Ohio, but the middle one. Kenton, parts of Kenton, Kenton, Campbell, Pendleton, and Claremont counties. And Claremont's Ohio, obviously. Some very tornado familiar places are actually involved with this. With this one, we have Crittenden, which they took a direct hit from an EF4 tornado back on March 2nd, 2012. And then the other one, Moscow, which took a direct hit from an EF3. So the old Zimmer plant, you're in that zone. Mentor, California, New Richmond, you need to be in your safe place. Butler, Claryville, Alexandria, and anybody near these places. Again, um, Brooksville, go ahead and get to your safe place. Falmouth, Butler. I'm about to. I'll be gone for just a second. I just have to get something real quick. Neville in Ohio, in Claremont County, you're in. Shiloh, you're in. Crittenden, Dry Ridge, Williamstown, Corinth. If you're on 75 between the Cincinnati Metro and Northern Kentucky, really, if you're just on there at all, you need to get off there. Corinth, you're in this, and I'll give you more information on more towns when I'm back. So, again, I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to go up and down stairs real fast, and because I'm not fit, that's a bit tricky for me. Shame on me, right? Got a notification of some sort. I don't know where it's from. Okay. Oh, I think I got something in the chat. That's no? Okay. So we're gonna go over who is in and who is out of these two new tornado warnings. We're gonna go back to the Wilmington radar just so I can look at this real quick. Oh, we definitely will probably be having tornadoes in our topmost tornado warning. I need everybody in Mount Ora, Buford, that general area. You need to be in your safe place right now. Again, this is going to be, this is getting a little more serious. Again, still low end, quick, brief tornadoes, but a tornado is a tornado, so you need to be in your safe place. It is what it is. We might have some lofted debris as well. That I don't know for sure. I will check that on my other radar that shows that mode of radar a little bit better. But in our two southernmost tornado warnings, let's go over who is in and who is out. Verona, you're in. Crittenden, Sherman, Dry Ridge, Williamstown, the Ark Encounter, Hilltop, Williamstown, Heacon, Mason, Lawrenceville, not to be confused with Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Kiefer, Cornith, Blanchett, Cordova, Williamstown. I think I went over that one already. Northcutt, Flingsville, as well as Goforth, Doughton, Locust Grove, Knoxville, Portland, Gardnersville, Friskburg, Piner, Bract, which again, those communities, Bract and Piner, got hit by that EF4 tornado back on March 2nd, 2012. Really bad. Of course, this is nothing like this. Um, Portland, Gardnersville, Knoxville, Hayes, Morgan, Germantown, Marcus. Okay. And the other one, Falmouth, Butler, Demossville, Caldwell, Grants Lick, Boston, Greenwood, Menzie, Meridian, Catawba, not to be confused with Catawba County in Clark County, Ohio, Concord, Falmouth, Four Oaks, McKinney'sburg, Bachelor's Rest, Browning Corner, Neve, Berlin, Willow, Johnsville, Bradford, Wellsburg, Wolcott, Bladeston, and in Ohio, rural Utopia, Chilo, Camp Crossroads. So if you're at the camp, go to a bathhouse. You'll be fine in this situation if you do that. Back down across the river into Kentucky, Bradford, Johnsville, Willow Grove, and Foster, Carntown, Peach Grove, which again got hit by that EF3 back on March 2nd, 2012. Persimmon Grove, Fuller, Gubser Mill, Grants Lick. Okay, and then back California as well, Mentor. And then back to Ohio, Point Pleasant, Ohio, not to be confused with Mothman City, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. That was yesterday. Moscow, Neville, the old Zimmer plant. That's who's involved with this. Now, we need to really pay attention to this storm right here. This is showing a very concerning signal or a concerning sign that I don't like to see. This one down here don't look too good either. That's heading towards Dry Ridge. And what we're going to do is we're going to go show our Dry Ridge. Oh, there is no Dry Ridge camera. Wow, how convenient. Sorry, y'all. Sorry for the sarcasm. It's just I wish there was better views around here. Where I could actually show you what's going on. Okay. So we're gonna have to stay on the radar, which I get that most people don't even know what they're looking at, and that's not your fault. Um, Now we have a new tornado warning. This is gonna be for Lord help me. Oh, I'm starting to get cuckoo right now. This is now going to involve Adams County. So this is actually heading towards the WOUB viewing area now. Um, what's I doing? Okay, there we go. Again, Buford's, you may be getting hit with a tornado right now. But let's go over who is in and who is out. Yeah, this is a classic squall line tornado. Again, these tornadoes like to play whack-a-mole. They're there and they're gone, but this is getting a little more serious right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they had. Nope, not confirmed yet. It's gonna be close. Yep. Okay. So Buford, there's likely a tornado that is down, heading towards Morristown. Morristown, Buford, you need to be in your safe place. You need to be there now. You need to be out of a mobile home because even in these quick spin up tornadoes, mobile homes are no zones. And in this new tornado warning, we're going to go over who is in Adams County and the rest of Highland County, or just all the new people. So Russellville, Red Oak, Eagle Creek Wildlife Area, Decatur, Neal, Ash Ridge, Macon, Fincastle, Sugar Tree Ridge. This is heading into Highland County, Folsom, Fairfax, and then Adams County, Peebles, Seaman, Tranquility State Wildlife Area, May Hill, Loudon, Locust Grove, Jacksonville, Duncansville, West Union. West Union, you have a huge history of tornadoes back on April 2nd, 2024 and March 2nd, 2012. Y'all just love getting hit. Also, oh, was it April 23rd? 19 daggone it, forgot the date. I'm supposed to remember this stuff. It's only because we're dealing with this now, but I can't think of it. West Union, Bentonville, you're in this. Manchester, Decatur, Cherry Fork. So there we go. That's who's in. But again, our two main rotations, we have one that is just to the south of Mount Orab right now. That's starting to have a very light debris signature. It's basically over Walsburg right now, and it's about to hit West Arnhem and then Arnhem, or Arnheim, West Arnheim, and then Arnhem. Confusing names. And then also Brownstown. I think a certain Family Guy character would love that town. Oh, Lord help us. Gath, you likely have a tornado over you right now, heading into Morristown and Taylorsville, and then eventually to Sugar Tree Ridge. Okay? So that's what we're dealing with on this side of the area. We're going to briefly take it back down to Kentucky. Think our tornado threat is starting to diminish there, but along our outflow boundary, we also have a new flash flood warning. So let's see if it's considerable. I send a notification through my Instagram, but it's not that right now. But let's get a reading on these winds. So Lord help us, 100-mile-per-hour wind gust. I don't care if there's a tornado or not. If you are in Morristown, Buford, Sardinia, even going down the line to Russellsville, Georgetown, Winchester, Cherry Fork, etc., you need to be in your safe place. You need to be there right now. This is not good. This is a very, very, very very concerning situation. 5 points, you need to be in your safe place. Fincastle, Ash Ridge, Lake Wayoka, Arnhem, West Arnheim. There's no way that there's not a tornado on the ground with this. We are having 100-mile-per-hour winds on. That's more than enough to be a tornado. Like yeah, we're gonna go ahead and consider these on the ground. All right, sometimes you just gotta pull the trigger on that. Also, Hillsboro, I want you to be in a safe place due to straight line significant winds, because you could be dealing with at least in the 60-mile-per-hour zone. But our two rotations, like 89 on one side, 94 up to 94, and that's just one side of it. So we're dealing with we could be dealing with, oh goodness, Lord have mercy, like close to 110 miles per hour. This one is 110 on one side. That's not even far from the radar. I mean, it's not stupid close, but it's not really far either. 110. Might be dealing with a significant tornado right now. Sardinia, Morristown. You need to be in your safe place right now. This is not confirmed, and I don't know what is. This might. Wilmington, I don't know if you're hearing me. I highly doubt it. But if you are, I know this is a QLCS, but consider making this a PDS. Just consider it. Winchester, Seaman, you need to be in your safe place right now. I mean, this is right over Morristown. It's going to be near Fincastle and Macon, near Emerald, Sugar Tree Ridge. I need everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody to be in a safe place. Because the rotation signature on this is a mean son of a gun. I mean, it's meaner than a striped snake, okay? And we also do have a debris signature that just happened to the north of Georgetown. So that's going to be with this bottom rotation signature. Again, to the north of Georgetown, just to the south of East Wallsburg. So you need to be in your safe place right now. Um, but yeah, we do have a confirmed tornado at this point. I can say that. Look right here. So let me circle it near Schaefer Road. That is tornado debris. So, and we might have tornado debris near Morristown as well. This might just be noise. Let's see. Can we match that up? I think we can match the first one up pretty easily. The second one, I'm not sure, but the wind mode, it is so significant. I don't see how it could not be a tornado. And we have this new severe thunderstorm warning for Hillsboro. Okay, 60 mile per hour. I was wondering if it would be if it would go up to the 70 mile per hour, maybe even higher. Yeah, but again, let's get another reading on these winds. I mean, we're in the 100 mile per hour range, up to 110. So, rather it's a tornado or if it's just a straight line wind gusts, you absolutely have to be in your safe place right now. And you cannot be in a mobile home. And we're getting towards our Appalachia counties. We got a lot of mobile homes out there, and there's not much buildings around them. So, if you're out there, and especially if you're ahead of this, if you are in Adams County, you live in a mobile home, go ahead and just get out of there now. Go to a neighbor's house, go to the fire department, go to the police department, post office, convenience store, barbecue joint, anything like that, anywhere along here. I mean, in a ditch is better than being in a mobile home. Okay, and I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Being in a legitimate ditch is better than being in a mobile home. Okay, especially when you have 110 plus mile per hour winds moving through. Now at the surface, it might be a little bit lower, but still, this is something you cannot be playing with. You must be in a safe place right now. We're gonna, yeah, let's see what this radar loop looks like. I mean, my goodness, might be getting ready to weaken. So that's if we have any good signs, that would be it. But I don't know. May just be getting covered in rain, which doesn't necessarily mean it's weakening. I also think we're going to see another tornado warning shortly in Highland County here. So just a heads up. And oh goodness, Lord have mercy. That is like that. Look at that. 120 miles per hour. At the surface, it's probably at least 100 miles per hour. There is a tornado here. Rather, the debris is showing up or not, it may just not be kicking it up that high. And if it's not a tornado, it is just such horrifically bad straight line winds to the point where it don't matter if it's a tornado. Look, if I punch you in a curving motion versus a straight motion, it don't matter. I'm still punching you. These winds are punching you right now. That was a really stupid way to go over that, but yeah, forgive me for that. Yeah, that's about to be another. We're about to have another tornado near Marshall. Everybody in Marshall, you need to be in your safe place right now. Um, yeah, this is just wicked. Very wicked for the type of setup it is. So this could maybe be a significant tornado. Maybe. The reason I say that, I don't like to say it lightly, but we're getting readings of 120 miles per hour. You don't get that usually. We also have up to 80 mile per hour winds to the north in Highland County. Looking at the storm relative velocity, it's still, I mean, it is still, I mean, you still need to be in your safe place no matter what. This is, there we go. Yeah, they're going to issue a tornado warning here. So if you're in Marshall, Sinking Spring, you need to go ahead and be in your safe place right now. Marshall, Sinking Spring. I'm going to try to go over these locations before the warning's issued so I can just send it to my Instagram and move on. Perfect. Marshall, Sinking Spring. Past that, it's just rural area. So yeah, that's it. Um, they might expand on the area and whatever the National Weather Service in Wilmington says when they do issue the warning, because I do think it's a matter of when and not if. Then we'll go from there. We have another new tornado warning. We're going, yep, there we go. It's the gift that keeps on giving, y'all. So yeah, we have this new tornado warning that has been issued. This is going to We have a camera. We do actually have a camera, and I'm going to get it on here. I'm glad I remembered that. Might have multiple. No, we don't. That's okay. All right. We have a camera. This is going to be our camera here. Um, yeah. So this is more of a snapshot. This is looking at the bridge. Not directly in Maysville, but close. But yeah, we have a new tornado warning. This is going to be for portions of Mason County, Lewis County in Kentucky, and portions of Brown and Adams County in Ohio. Okay? The communities that are involved include Ripley, Dover, Lavana, Reeds or Lavana, Stringtown, Red Oak, the Eagle Creek Wildlife Area, just anywhere to the south of Russellville, Decatur, down over to Clayton, not to be confused with the Clayton near Dayton. That's not the one we're talking about. Bradysville, Everton, Sand Hill, Cottageville, and now we're moving into Kentucky. Let's actually just go over Ohio first. Everton or Evertonville, Ellsbury, Slickaway, Aberdeen. I think that's it when it comes to our Ohio areas. In Kentucky, Maysville, everybody in Maysville, you need to be in your safe place. You need to be there right now. We could be having some quick, brief spin up tornadoes. Anybody near or anybody at the Meadowview Regional Medical Center as well. Tornado action plan right now. Country Club Heights, Washington, the Laurel Oaks Golf Course. You need to be in your safe place. Morenburg, South Ripley, Dover. We don't. Wedonia, Mount Gilead, or Gilead, or had gone it. I can't. I gotta explore around here more. Orangeburg, Rectorville, Plumville, Springdale, Sandhill, Trinity, Ferrisville, Cottageville, Tollsboro, Ribble, Poplar Flat, Epworth, Burtonville, Nashtown, Glen Springs, Crum, Petersville, anywhere just to the immediate west of Harris. Again, this goes pretty south. Nashtown, Burtonsville. You need to be in your safe place. Epworth. I think we got it. So we have our let me reload the live view here. Okay. Now, I think it's a good time to go back to our radar mode. So, oh, looks like our Marshall rotation kind of dissipated. It really what it did is it migrated south into this other tornado warning, so they probably won't have to issue a new one. Let's see, what does the terminal radar look like? Towards Winchester, it does look a bit nasty, but it was already nasty to begin with. So we're going to just go ahead and go back to the Wilmington radar. Now, the winds are broadening out, so I'm not convinced that there's a tornado ongoing, but there's still such high wind gusts in the 100-mile-per-hour zone that if you are along the Ohio Route 32 and Ohio Route 247 corridor along 137 towards Cherry Fork, Winchester, and Seaman, you need to be, you really do need to be in your safe place, like a tornado. And again, as usual, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Guess what we have? Another tornado warning. This might be another one. Is this another new one? When was this one issued? 445. Oh, expires. So this was issued. Yeah, we have two new ones. Dad burn it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get the text on both of these um issued. I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay. So we have two new tornado warnings. Now, again, anybody watching, you're probably scared half to death because there's like 15 different tornado warnings. This is really just because this is a line capable of producing quick spin up tornadoes, but they're happening so fast that they're not able to warn for them in time. So they're just basically, essentially at this point, they are. Oh, okay, that's not in our local area. Okay. The most southern one isn't even in the local area. So we're good. We're good on that one. This other one though, that's us. Again, this is going to be for parts of Bracken and Pendleton County in Kentucky. But again, I just want to make it 100% clear. Stay calm. It's bad enough that you need to be in your safe place, but it is not as bad as it looks. I know seeing all these red tornado warning polygons is not a good feeling necessarily, but again, these are quick tornadoes. They're there and gone, and they happen so fast. So that's why they just have so many warnings because they're hard to keep track of. They're like little Tasmanian devils, if that makes any sense. But let's go over who is in and who is out of this new tornado warning. And another new blanket tornado warning. The second I'm getting onto one. I'm sorry. This is overwhelming. Okay. It's all right. We're going to get through this. So let's go over who is in and who is out. Berlin, Neve, Willow, Bachelor's Rest, Browning Corner, Petra, Milford, Santa Fe, Kenton Town, Mount Olivet, Abigail, Bridgeville, Stonewall, Powersville, Petra, Willow, Berlin, and that's essentially it. This new blanket tornado warning includes just about all of Adams County. Hold on. It includes just about all of Adams County. This is the new one we're talking about here. We're going to go back to this radar mode. Notice how, man, they are just blanketing these tornado warnings. This might be the widest polygon I've ever seen around here, which doesn't mean much. It's brief tornadoes. Again, I don't want anybody panicking right now, but parts of Lewis County in Kentucky, parts of Brown County in Ohio, parts of Pike County, and parts of Highland County. I think that's the northern one. That is the northern one. No, it's not. Okay. And also parts of Scioto County because they, for some reason, didn't mention that. Trying to get the text onto my Instagram story so I can keep people on there updated. All right. Essentially, at this point, most of northern Kentucky needs to be in a safe place. And I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's crazy. Again, not big, bad tornadoes, but tornadoes nonetheless for a very wide area. So basically, essentially, no, I wouldn't say most of northern Kentucky. Northeast Kentucky. That's a lot better of a way to word that. But Peebles, Seaman, Mayhill, Loudon, Sinking Spring, Bush Creek, Locust Grove, which I think this is there's a rotation over Locust Grove right now. Um, Rardon, Bush Creek State Forest, Otway, Shawnee State Forest, Shawnee State, yeah, Buena Vista, Vanceburg, Ribble, Tollsboro, Manchester, Concord, Bentonville. A lot of the places that were already under a tornado warning to begin with, they have just extended it. In Pike County, you have Hatch. Hatch is in this. Poplar Grove, Ark Show. God forbid we have another round. Look at this. Yeah, this is a lot. But we have a huge area of tornado warnings. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta check in with something real quick. All right. I'm back. I'm sorry that took longer than expected. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of wiped right now. But we still have storms, so we're still going to cover them. And this is really just a significant line of storms, but we're going to look to the northeast just to get a view of what the heck is going on over here. Oh, my goodness. That's not good. If that moves through our area, that hopefully these storms have weakened the environment enough to where we don't have to worry about that. And it kind of is showing that it may have, looking at our storms just to the north, but we still have our own problems. So again, if you are in any of these tornado warning polygons, you still need to remain in your safe place. Again, if you don't know where that is as low as you can go, as center as you can go, out of a mobile home, out of a car, out of any vehicle, not under a bridge or overpass, in a sturdy structure, as low as you can go and as to the center as you can go. Have a helmet on, have some hard sole shoes on, and you'll be just fine. But this is starting to more become just straight line winds. I mean, it already was just a straight line wind threat to begin with. But here's something. We're going to go back to the live view because a good friend of mine just sent me. Why was I on live view? Pretty. Sent me some photos back when this was going through Springfield. Actually, I think they were in Fairborn. I know exactly where that is. To the right, that's where the Rona Hills neighborhood is, and to the left, that's going to be where some of the warehouses were. I missed such a good freaking. Oh, I missed a good shelf cloud. I feel like an idiot right now. But yeah, that is the some of the new stuff coming in. I'm gonna go back to the radar mode again. Tornado warning. Numerous tornado warnings have been issued. Is okay. We're on the right thing. I think they're going to either keep blanketing tornado warnings or they're going to change it to severe thunderstorm warnings. They might need to, yeah. Sadly, they might need to keep up the tornado warnings. Now, I can go ahead and say Mount Olivet or and areas like that. You're basically at an all clear now. The dangerous part of the line has just moved past you. Vanceburg, get ready, it's coming. This might be side lobe contamination, but there might be some actual rotation heading into Vanceburg. So you do need to be in your safe place. This is a bit farther from the radar, so this is a bit elevated winds. So it's not going to be straight to the surface, but reading it, it does show up to 100 miles per hour. So we're at least probably talking 70 to maybe 80 mile per hour at the surface. Maybe 60 at the very least. So anybody towards Rome, I mean, it's over Concord now, but Vanceburg, you want to go ahead and be in that safe place until further notice. Now, I don't want to go off now because we got tornado warnings. But I know this tornado warning is, yeah, see, this one is going to be expiring. This one's not expired. We still got a tornado warning for the rest of this line. So we are stuck here for a little bit longer. Again, Maysville, you're all clear. West Union, all clear. Not all clear from a tornado, not all clear from severe winds. Stay inside. People, same thing for you. Stay inside. You're good from a tornado, but bad straight line winds still a factor. You have a new severe thunderstorm warning for up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And this is being issued by the National Weather Service in Charleston. I think this is a good call. I think they would be more up to 70 rather than 60 mile per hour. So this is going to include places like Ashland, Ironton, Olive Hill, Graceland, Oak Hill, Rio Grande, including Rio Grande University, Wheelersburg, Franklin Furnace, Greenup, places like that. You want to be indoors and away from windows. And in this situation, I do want you out of mobile homes. This is getting kind of way into Appalachia, which means you're going to be having a lot of mobile homes kind of out in the boonies. If you have to go to like a fire department or something, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. Just go there now. Especially if you're in like Ashland, you have time. But you go to even if it's a relative's house, you just need to get out of the mobile home, go somewhere safer, okay? I'm kind of anticipating that this tornado warning's going to go bye-bye soon. Although I'm not 100% sure. They might keep it going for a little bit longer. The second we don't have any more tornado warnings for the area, which again, this is Louisville area, so this is not really, and into Lexington area. So this is not really our area like that. And I think this back stuff is going to avoid us. I think that's going to remain to the south of us. We may have to worry about that way later tonight. And if something happens, then I'll be able to cover it easily because I I'm kind of wore out now, but I'll be refreshed by the time that would get here. If it does get here. Not that that matters, but again, we still have this tornado warning remaining in effect for parts of Scioto County, part of Adams County, and part of Lewis County. I'm going to circle some of the rotations here, or potential rotations. That might be side lobe contamination, which is just contamination of the radar that makes it look like it's rotating when it's not. I will say that definitely does look like some inflow here, outflow here, inflow here, outflow here. We might still have a decent tornado threat for low end tornadoes, of course, but we still do have some rotation in the line. And I see something that catches my eye right near Otway, so this thing might not be over by any means. I mean, it's obviously not over until it's actually over. Let's see. Do we have no tornado debris? That that's probably our most concerning storm. We actually got another line of storms moving towards me. Wait a minute, there might be rotation in that. Very light. But it's already in more stable air, so I don't think it would be able to get surface based. And the terminal radar says it's down, but doesn't look down to me. But back over here, we do have some risk of rotation here, risk of tornadoes. Right here, right here, right here, and right here again. These are in these squall lines, these little ripples happen. Also down here, maybe. That's a maybe. But you have these potential quick spin ups that are going to be moving into the area. Again, these are quick. These are here, there, gone, done. All right. But once this thing straightens out and stops being rotatey and spinny, then we're essentially going to be done for a while. Now I'm going to look at the wind mode on this radar here. Yeah, it's definitely there. It's not looking that strong though, and it's higher level. It's higher up in the atmosphere as we are getting farther and farther away from the radar. So I don't know what the winds would actually be at the surface level, and that can be a problem. But we just have to wait and see what Wilmington decides to do with this tornado warning. The second that there's not a tornado warning, I'm getting off of here. But um, let's see. Still got 7 more minutes to go before this tornado warning is expired. So we're going to wait 7 more minutes, and I have a funny feeling they're going to issue a new one. And here's why. Because you got some inflow going right into here. Okay, that's not the tornado warning. Okay. Uh-huh. Yep. Then you also got this, of course. And this. And up into here. So we have little, ooh, even smaller rotation up in here. Or down here. So yeah, we have little rotation areas that are trying to spin up just a little bit. Actually, here's another little area over here I've just noticed. Again, these little ripples. Okay, it's 4:52 right now. Okay, let's see. So we got 5 minutes until this tornado warning is set to expire. We're going to see if they want to expire it or if they want to continue it here very soon. I think it all depends on what the southernmost part of this line does. Ooh, okay, this doesn't look good, y'all. It doesn't look terribly bad, just looks like maybe some quick spin ups, but what I mean is it doesn't look like that I'm actually going to get off of here very soon. So, the top one's a maybe. But down here, these are definitely little rotations that we're seeing here. A lot of them are out of tornado warning polygons, though. But down here, I'm a little bit concerned over the southern half of this. The northern half, less concerned. The actual rotation doesn't look too bad. But again, one rotation is basically just to the north and east of, or north and west of Lucasville, one to the southwest of McDermott, one to the west of Friendship, one that's just south of Vanceburg, and then one that is kind of out in the boonies. Is this is this Louisville? This might be Louisville. This is National Weather Service Louisville, and then we're not. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's not us. But yeah, destructive severe thunderstorm warning for 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Never like to see that. 2 minutes. Let's see. Will be allowed to expire at 5 p.m. So at 5 p.m., we're going to go ahead and stop the stream. We do have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning to the east, including parts of the area like Ashland, Ironton, basically our Appalachia area. If you live in a mobile home, you need to be out of there. Make sure you're out of a mobile home and in a substantial structure, and then be indoors and away from windows, and you'll be just fine. Okay? If you're on the campus of Rio Grande, just be indoors. You're fine. And our tornado warning at 5 o'clock, everybody will be able to get out of their safe place. Just to make sure we don't have any other tornado warnings that are trying to sneak up on us because we all know how that can happen. Um, yeah, I think we're pretty much good. So, again, we still got 2 more minutes of this tornado warning, so we're going to remain on here until that's said and done. I'm not missing another shelf, though. Hold on. Okay, we got 1 more minute. So, you know what? I'm about to sign it off right now. So, again, we have this considerable severe thunderstorm warning for some of our Appalachia area. If you're in a mobile home, be out of there, get in a substantial structure, and then past that, you just want to be indoors, away from windows, not outside, not driving around. If you are on like Highway 23 or Highway 52 or places like that. But again, if you're indoors, away from windows, in a substantial structure, you'll be just fine. Anyways, I am Ohio University student meteorologist Jackson Watkins, and I'm going to be signing off here. Stay safe out there.